Well, welcome back. Our first responders are often the difference between life and death, and that work can take a toll on their mental health.
Yeah, the organization First Help says on average, more than 200 first responders have taken their own lives in the U.S. each year since 2018. And tonight, we're taking a very real look at the issue through the eyes of a woman who has experienced that terrible loss multiple times.
Good girl.
Mom Craft Brewery in Milwaukee was one of Amanda Rae and Christopher Button's favorite spots.
How are you?
But now, instead of Chris by her side,
Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Amanda Rae brings along Penelope, her psychiatric service dog. Amanda Rae and Christopher Button met about 10 years ago. Chris was a deputy with the Waukesha County Sheriff's Department. Amanda Rae was a firefighter and his dispatcher.
I think of somebody that was super intelligent and just made you think. Somebody that made you laugh. His laugh was infectious.
Wait, what do you think it's gonna be? It's gonna be a fox. What do you think it's gonna be?
After dating for a couple years, Amanda Rae got pregnant. This is video from November 2017. A gender reveal party for their daughter, Kennedy. What you can't tell, despite his infectious laugh, Chris, now a lieutenant, was battling mental health issues and struggling at work.
His work did start slipping. We didn't know that he was suffering from PTSD or depression or anything. We just knew that something wasn't right.
And it didn't get better. On April 20th, 2018, it got a whole lot worse.
And instead of sitting him down and saying like, hey, this isn't you, let's figure out what's going on, they forced him to resign.
Exactly 1 week later, April 27th, 2018, Kennedy Button was born, Chris's fourth child, first with Amanda Rae. 8 days after that, Chris and Amanda Rae got married at McKinley Beach. Two of the best moments in life, marriage and the birth of a child. But still, somehow, those happy times were no match for the demons Chris was battling.
He said, I don't know what to do anymore. Being a cop was my whole life. And I don't know how to be a dad. I don't know how to be a husband. I don't know how to be a son. I don't know how to be a friend. All I know is how to be a cop.
On July 16th, 2018, Christopher Button, the former cop, couldn't take it anymore.
He had waited until I went to bed the night before, and our daughter was only about 2.5 months old, and he took a few items with him, one being his service weapon, and he took his life. And I blame April 20th, because that changed everything.
We could either take it a disciplinary route, but we would prefer to take it in an employee support route. That's the lane where we really want to go.
Wauwatosa Police Chief James Matt Gillis is an outspoken supporter for the mental health of first responders.
We have to make sure our first responders are healthy, happy, and whole so they can go out and do the mission of protecting other people. Because if they're not in a good place, our community is going to suffer.
Chief Matt Gillis has lost over a dozen friends and colleagues to suicide during his 29 years in law enforcement.
We have to make it more comfortable for cops, A, to talk about it, and help them also develop those coping skills to work through that. What we see is not normal.
4 years after Amanda Rae's husband took his own life, Chris's best friend, former partner, another member of the Waukesha County Sheriff's Department that Amanda Rae says was forced to resign, Garrett Grolke, did the same thing.
They're currently on my mantle together, the two guys, and that's just how I see them. I just see them hand in hand. I never thought it would be this way. Nobody does, but I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful that I had the opportunity to love them, and they loved me back.
Today, Amanda Rae has found love again, engaged to her fiancé, Justin.
He has loved Chris as if he knew him. He honors Chris as if he knew him.
Her daughter, Kennedy, is 6 and a spitting image of her father.
God knew what he was doing when he gave me her, for sure.
I love you.
Penelope, the service dog, just turned 1. And Amanda Rae works with organizations all around the country, including the one she started, Unbutton the Stigma, raising awareness of first responder mental health and supporting families that have lost loved ones to suicide.
When I stop breathing is when I will stop, because they deserve somebody to stand up for them. And I want to give them that voice, and I want to give them that respect and dignity that they can be okay not being okay.
We did reach out to the Waukesha County Sheriff's Department multiple times for an interview with Sheriff Eric Severson, but they never agreed to talk. Now, if you or a loved one are struggling with mental health, please pick up a phone and dial 988 for 24-hour help.
Well, it is so brave of her to share her story, and it's such important work that, you know, doesn't get talked about enough.
Absolutely, and that's the whole kind of idea behind Unbutton the Stigma. She wants to unbutton the stigma around not being able to talk about suicide, not being able to talk about mental health, and she's working really, really hard to get rid of that stigma, unbutton that stigma, and make it okay to not be okay.
Well, important story to share, and we thank her for sharing it with us.
That's for sure.